Ray Hunt used to say, when you're younger, you ride with 90% physical and 10% mental. But if you could learn how to use 90% mental and 10% physical, you'd be better off. This is a quote from Buck Brannaman in Buck the Film. Welcome to Senior Horsemanship, where we talk about better horsemanship during our senior years and more senior years with horses. I'm your host, Paul Sherland. Better horsemanship in our senior years is characterized by building trust with your horse, by being focused on your horse when you're working with your horse, and by training with kindness and patience instead of force. In his book, The Faraway Horses, Buck defines a horse whisperer this way. I define the term as a horseman or horsewoman who has the ability to communicate with a horse in a way the average person has little or no way of understanding. Through experience and study, these men and women learn how really sensitive a horse is and how sensitive they need to be to accomplish things with horses. Ultimately, they learn how little effort is needed. Anybody can do it who has a passion to do it and has put in enough time. These people are horsemen and horsewomen, not whisperers. Notice that Buck uses terms like experience and study to describe how you can become the kind of horseman or horsewoman that people might describe as a whisperer. What's required is the passion and the time to learn how sensitive your horse is and how sensitive you need to be to accomplish your goals with your horse. Does Buck talk about strength or athletic ability? No. He uses words like experience, study, passion, and time to define the most important characteristics to progress with your horsemanship journeys. These are all traits that you can have and use in the senior part of life as you work with your horse to develop a trusting relationship. When I started riding again as an adult, I was reminded not to let him get away with that or show him who's boss whenever my horse didn't do what I thought I was asking her to do. I was still in the military at the time, and I thought I was fit enough and strong enough and a good enough rider to stick with just about any of the horses I was likely to ride. It took being bucked off a horse at age 50 with a concussion and broken ribs to make me realize that, as my neighbor told me, I didn't bounce very well anymore. Perhaps you realize that you don't bounce very well anymore. Maybe it's time for you to use your passion for your horses, your willingness to study, your patience, your creativity, your sensitivity, and your diverse experiences to help you and your horse progress together. If so, welcome to the path toward better horsemanship in the senior part of life. I wish you better years with horses and many more of them.